Hello everybody, I am here with a crazy announcement from the Crusader Kings 3 Game of Thrones mod team. Out of the blue, well, sort of out of the blue, we kind of expect this to come, but we had no idea it'd be just dropped just like this. Release build point 4 has just happened. The Braavosi update. Release build point 0.4, the Braavosi people were no people, scores of races, 100 tongues, and hundreds of gods. And there's the Titan itself right there. Oh, that's so cool. The Free City of Braavos map expansion, the city model, the Titan Marches bookmark and story cycle focused on one of the 6 Braavosi Pentoshi wars during the reign of Baelor the Blessed, a new Faceless Man mechanic, attempt ending, option reflavored as Visit the House of Black and White for characters in Braavos of the opposite faith. If anybody knows about Braavos, the House of Black and White is where the Faceless Men go to train as assassins, and their headquarters as well. There's a new banking mechanic added, which I will show in the dev diary here soon. A Braavosi armor, their new clothing palette, hair dye, new court positions, the first sword of Braavos, a new event of the first law of Braavos, custom Braavosi themed event backgrounds, and religious overhaul. This is like one of the big things here. Religious overhaul. Extensive religious rework featuring 93 faiths, 46 patron gods, and 42 custom tenets. 100 new icons added for the faiths, patron gods, syncretism options, and more. Westerosi lore creation decision is visible for lore rulers in Westeros, which I think is really cool. Draconic Faith of the 7 variant decisions is visible for High Valerians of the 7. That's pretty awesome. Militant Faith of the 7 decision, visible for Faith of the 7 characters, the capital, and 7 kingdoms, with less than 30% counties follow the 7. Okay. So they're really focusing on religious overhaul, like the different religions playing a part, which I think is really cool. Because if you have a R'hllori king who's spreading the religion, the Faith of the 7 is not going to like that. A new trait, Bearded Priest. Okay, cool. Take a new face decision allows selection from previous kills or the Hall of Faces. Whoa. That's cool. Take a new face decision. Okay. Administrative government in the free cities. Noble family trees. Prince of Pentos is sacrificed the day after losing a war. Let's go. Disabled the vanilla convert to feudalism decision. And rework seize control decision with new requirements in effect. Cool. And Phagon, a new Phagon system. A fully reworked Phagon and Targaryen exile invasion mechanics using the Roads to Power adventure system. A special invasion event once 16k troops are raised. Ooh, that's cool. Phagon now spawns with Blackfire if it does not already exist. That's cool. In certain scenarios, Phagon and Targaryen exiles can become allies. Targaryen exile content activates if they flee to Essos during Robert's Rebellion, with any surviving member eligible to lead. Exiles will flee to Braavos. Canon start dates, Daenerys becomes exile leader if Viserys dies. Illyrio can grant his dragon eggs to exiles once the invasion troop requirements are met, unless he dislikes you. Or, Illyrio may alternatively give the eggs to Phagon if he is openly a Blackfire. That's really cool. If a old bastard like Jon Snow takes the throne, the Targaryen exiles can return home and support them. That's cool. Under canon dragon rules, using Daenerys' blood or having her lead the hatching ceremony will yield the 3 dragons, and she may tame one. Well, that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the dev diary on banking as well. Okay, here is the dev diary on baking. Welcome to the new dev diary. This is Ronco, who's introducing the new mechanic. He's one of the developers. Super not new, but CK2 veterans. Might remember that there's been a banking system back in the days. Yeah, if you remember my old Crusader Kings 2 Game of Thrones videos, the Iron Bank was always a big situation there, which they've brought a lot of stuff from that. Okay, So how do we do the banking? Before it was just asking for a loan, then you get screwed over with the loan if you don't pay it. So let's see how much they change it. Thank you to Nucky, who's the original creator of the fundamental ideas. Awesome. Being a customer of the bank and taking loans. Being a shareholder of the bank, making profits via the loans of others. Okay, so that's... You definitely want to become a shareholder of the bank then. Let's start with taking loans. If you need money, you can go to the bank, as is the normal way. High credit score. Okay, so there's credit score system. Okay, that's interesting. You'll ask for some general conditions of your loan. Okay, so let's look at this stuff. After weighing the risk involved, the envoys of the bank have decided to offer me a loan with the following conditions. I will be loaned 280 gold, the money to be repaid in 5 years with an interest rate of 6% per year. Ooh, 6% interest. If you die, then the entire amount, including interest, becomes due immediately. Be paid by your surviving heir. Ooh. Okay. Once the main choice for the money is cashed out, your contract is valid. You have the option to repay your loan before the contract term is over. As the term limit will reach, they will have to contact you. Okay, and then we get the banks do the final default here. I think that's classic right there. You will not see a single coin from me. Will like ruin your realm completely. You can say I can only cover the interest for now. Looks like with all the interest, it's totaled about 364 to be paid. Okay. Looks like the Tarleys are kind of screwed over here. Keep in mind that dying is no longer a possible exploit to avoid debt. Okay, that was always a thing people were doing. So here's one of the cool things here. Bank of Braavos bookkeeping. So their available capital. Current members presented by director, see Lord Tensario. The variable capital is 2,400. Capital loaned out is 8,000. Investment fund, 1,800. Total value of the bank is 1,200. Or 12,000, my bad. 105 number of issues. And revenue and expenses and loans lost to default. Okay, so you don't want people to default. Otherwise, you don't get any money. As shareholder, you might be tasked with the bank's current director to handle defaults. Or when we talked about defaults above, this is the same from another perspective. If you're a shareholder, it's on defaults. How would you default? How would you do it? Forge a claim, write a letter to his liege, undermine his economy, send an assassin will have more luck with his heir. That's awesome. Just send an assassin out to kill him. Because if I remember in the books, defaulting on loans from the Iron Bank is completely out of the option. In the book, I believe, spoilers, Dance, Cersei is defaulting on her loan, and the Iron Fleet is, not the Iron Fleet, the Iron Bank's fleet are supporting Stannis, and they're deciding to, correct me if I'm wrong, they're blockading Blackwater Bay at this point, or are about to. They're sending out, basically they're economically strangulating the Iron Throne for Cersei defaulting on debt. It's been a while since I read Cersei's chapters, but I think, and so that's why they're supporting Stannis, because Stannis will most likely pay the debt, and Cersei's crazy, and she will not. I think maybe in Winds we're going to see more into that. Maybe they'll support Fagon, support debt that way, because they're going to get their money. So you can just kill him with his deal with the heir, write a letter to the liege, or undermine the economy, or give up. So basically you're a CEO if you're the director. You basically have the opportunity to set deciding parameters of the bank's business, bank's risk level. It is the director to receive word about defaults and then decide if they should handle it himself or delegate the task to a fellow shareholder. Okay. Another task of director is to fill and manage the bank's investment fund. During playtesting, found out that the bank's growth outnumbered the growing need of more loans. The bank needed another way to use the cash in order to make a profit. Therefore, investment funds were created. Every 2 years, the director can invest cash into the fund. Once in there, money cannot be cashed out again. On an abstract level, the money was invested in a small business all over the world. Every year, the investment fund will either yield a profit or may decline in volume. So elections happen when the other one dies, and I guess if you have more influence, like admin or prestige if non-admin, then you can get elected. Okay, so it's based off prestige or influence. And then you can create your own bank. A low rate setup would decrease to high if you happen to live in another realm other than Braavos and your culture has discovered banking innovation. You will be able to found a new bank. This bank will start with a small amount of cash and only one shareholder, you. That's cool. Bank of Old Town, people. It's happening. Over time, you will grow as new investors from your realm might buy shares. Now you can play a Littlefinger banking scheme now if you want. You can even have a low interest rate, so like setting up a bank is like really difficult, but it looks like the AI might even do it as well. Basically, you're gonna have to try to maximize profits as much as you can. Vassal loans now. You could also ask loans to a vassal. That was in CK2, which is awesome. These new mechanics require a lot of transactions and events, but don't be afraid. There is no recognizable impact to the game's performance. That's pretty cool. Let's check out how it's like in the actual game. Alright, check this out. New bookmark here, right between Fire and Blood during the Black Dragon scenario. Right before the Tournament of Ashford, we have the Titan Marches in 170 AC during Baelor the Blessed. That's awesome. That was around his last year, I think, alive. Burning books that seemed heretical, yet his most controversial act remains seclusion of his sisters in the Maiden Vault. Bring their beauty might tempt men to sin, yep. And we have, oh my gosh, that's an awesome, that looks so cool. So Lord Tenesio, and we also have a little bit of Andalos here as well. See Lord Tenesio, okay, hold on, let me just read what this is. The Titan marches, the Braavosi-Pentoshi War rages across the narrow sea. A brutal struggle for dominance that threatened to consume the free cities, and Braavos, Teneso Valaran, the newly elected Sea Lord, drives the city's fleet to crush Pentos. Yet his rule is challenged by Donalo Preston. Ooh, okay, that is the exiled Sea Lord. The deposed Sea Lord who plots to reclaim his title and plunge Braavos into civil war. Whoa. To the south, Prince Celio Estatus rallies his people to resist the Braavosi onslaught. Though outmatched at sea, the wealth and cunning of Pentos make it a formidable foe. The Pentoshi have turned the city's famed merchant fleets into instruments of war, while unrest simmers among Pentos's enslaved masses. The west, Baelor the Blessed rules the Seven Kingdoms with a hand as pious as it is impractical. The king dedicates his reign to build grand steps and seclating his sisters in the Maiden Vault. Bring their beauty might tempt men to sin, yet his neglect of governance leaves the realm adrift and whispers of discontent grow among the lords. The narrow sea burns and Westeros sleeps, but even the holy streams must end. Here's Captain Arys. Sellsword in the free cities. Okay. You can be a Andalusi here. Princessia. The exiled Sea Lord. And then Tenesio as well, Valaran. Noted Admiral. Lead Braavosis in a time of war. Let's check out Braavos itself. Check that out. Alright, we have the Sea Lord of Braavos here. Following the triumph from the Third Braavosi-Pentoshi War, we know our strength had to be reinforced. We expanded our military further, preparing ourselves for what might come next. Meanwhile, Pentos, eager to assert its own power, turned its eyes towards the Stepstones, attempting to secure a foothold in those vital islands. But their ambition faltered, the campaign was a failure, the retreat from the Stepstones is now a glaring sign of weakness. The moment to strike is upon us. This is the opportunity we've been waiting for. We shall not let it pass. We shall be victorious once more. So it looks like this war, the Fourth Pentoshi War, started 2 months ago. If we win, we get the city. Okay, so it looks like if we win this, we get half of this entire northern half of Pintos. And Lady Leonia here becomes our own person here. Looks like we also have a little bit of Faith of the Scourged. Whoa, what is that? He said he would unite the Andals of the continent. Unfortunately, his campaign ended in fire, but his followers began worshipping the legend of the King of all Andals. Ah, Scourge of the Seas. Okay, Huger's Hill. Oh, they added Huger's Hill. That's cool. It's a little ruin there. Okay, so let's look at how Braavos actually looks like here. Wow, this is crazy. Look how awesome it looks. There's the estate with the admin government. Oh, look at that. The city of Fog. Oh, that looks just like what Braavos would look like. A little Venice looking style. There's the big aqueduct all the way to Stillwater Fort, Town of the Marches. Bunch of trees. There's a little temple of the Isle of the Gods. This is the Isle of the Gods here, where people would worship. Where is the oh, like there's the Titan of Braavos. Man, that's cool. The Titan of Braavos itself. Right here, Titan of Braavos is okay. It's cool. Diplomatic range, station archers damage, defender advantage. Yeah, because this is the only way into the city, and there are murder holes on his legs and like his groin area here. That's so cool. The Arsenal of Braavos. Sea Lord's Palace. Yep. Oh, that looks so cool. Sea Lord's Palace. Famous menagerie. The Sea Lord's Palace can only be matched for the freehold. The Castle of Westeros for its grandeur. That's so cool. Purple Harbor. Iron Bank of Braavos is here in the Purple Harbor. This guy holds the Iron Bank, and the look of it for there. Because these are the new. Let's zoom in here. It's Braavosi. Open armor. If I type in Braavosi. Here's all the armor that you can have. Dynastic Braavosi. There's Braavosi belt. If I type in a beret, okay. That's cool. Nice little hat. That's cool. Braavosi armored. Okay. That's cool. Now, where is the... Okay, there's the Court of Smile. Palace of Truth. Where is the... Is this where the Isle of the Gods? Is this where people go to, the Faceless Men? Yeah, the Isle of the Gods is where all the, gods are worshipped. I believe. That's where the Faceless Men are. If I'm wrong, please comment. City of Drowned Town. Oh, that's so... Dude, you guys have no idea how awesome this is for me right now. I love Braavos. So cool. Sea Lord's Palace, everything. Okay, so we have Administration Realm. That's cool. I believe other courts are also... Yeah, they're all administrative. Yep, okay, so they finally added... And there's all the religions, too. Portal of Divinities. They added the... Oh gosh, they added all this stuff. Heart of Fire, Healing Flames. Turns allows the approach of Priest of Healing Fires. Oh, you can finally heal yourself with... Oh, that's cool. Uyuagar, what is this? Followers believe the merits of Uyuagar, Pantheon of Pantheons, all gods of the faith are welcomed and cherished. Okay, so it's the, all gods are real type stuff. Faith of the Scourged, Lore, Bearded God, Holy Hair. Wait. Yeah, we got the Bearded God here. We got the Bearded Priests. That's cool. Mir, Golden Gardens, Imperial Records. Oh gosh, all these faiths, man. So cool. Faith is 7, most devout. Okay, they updated that a little bit. Oh, they even added a little bit of old gods here. Green sight. What is green sight? Okay, it's just green. Okay, it's green dreams. Okay, I was about to say. Faith of the pure. Faith of the blessed. The child, yeah. We have the kid Septon. Hell yeah, that's awesome. And then just normal faith of the 7. We got old gods here. Harrenhal is now a holy site for the old gods. Awesome. Love it. You love to see it. Gives the Riverlanders something to do. There's no longer, I guess Faith of the Pure is more like Consecrated Knighthood. It looks like they got rid of a little bit of the, what is it? What's it called again? Yeah, the Faith of the, I forgot what it was called, but there was like the fighting faith that they had there. Faith of the Old and the New? Okay. Faith of the Axe. Faith of the Stars. You guys can read these here. Other face here. Vagar. Hues of Trios. Disciples of the Many-Faced God. Ooh, there you go. Divine Plots. Many Phases. Adherents can take a new faith decision. Ooh, this is part of the cult's faith, huh? Oh, that's so cool. The pattern. I think that's, Lorath. Disciples of Boash. Boash. The Black Goat of Kahor. That's so cool. Prince's Mercies. Let's go. Okay, is there anyone here? Okay, hold on. So much stuff to focus on. This is what the Court of the Sea Lord looks like. I'm sure they'll add more stuff here. We got decisions. Okay, request a bank loan, sell share, change risk level, just dividend rates. Let's do long-term growth. Show important debtors. Nobody right now, the game just started. Establish silk production, that was just part of normal administration realm. Delegate managements of defaults. Okay, so this is banking decisions. Okay, so you can just do your banking here. View ledger. Available capital, 10,000. Okay. So as the game goes on, we'll be able to do all that. You can found a new empire, consecrate your bloodline, stuff like that. Normal stories. Remember, admin realms are completely different than feudal. You have to you can't really take realms, you can't really do anything like that. You need administrative governments, you have to be a high, powerful, noble family. You have to reduce the influence of powerful families here. Otherwise, you are screwed. So, that is really cool. Let's see if there is any follower of the Many-Faced God here. Let's go by... Is there any new music as well? Let's find out. Okay, no new music. Still did the Laughing Tree though. I love that music. See if anyone here. There's a lot of Andal. A lot of Faith of the Scourged. Tormo Baelish. Excuse me? Ah, this is the first Baelish. Look at that. Many-Faced God. Let's go. You can play as the first Baelish if you want. A lot of lore. Any Many-Faced God here? Hold on. About vassals. They worship all the same. It's like most of them do. Let's see if we were to convert to the Many-Faced God. Yeah, it's like 0 counties follow it. Well, let's see what it'd be like if we convert to that. But I just wanted to show you guys all these things. I think we can try and see the Many-Faced God in a different bookmark. Well, if you wanted to make a new character, you can see a lot more religion here. Children of the Mother. And we also have the Chosen of the Butterflies here. Which I think is from... Man, it looks like they're prepping. They're prepping, guys. All the different religions. Church, what? Churches of the Dark Gods, what is this? Oh, 1,000 Isles. Ooh, guys, I think they're getting ready for, Bloodstone Emperor. Yeah, Church of Starry Wisdom. Oh, yes, you can finally play as the Church of Starry Wisdom, guys. Oh, that's so cool. Church of the Great Old Ones. Oh, there's so much more to do now. Khalasar of the Great Stallion. They added it. They're ready. Looks like the devs are prepping. They did a huge Court of Dawn. Looks like the big Valerian religion is here too. Bloodstone Court of the Long Night. Court of Night. Bloodstone Emperor. Holy Court of Lang. Looks like the devs are preparing for the expansions of their mod. Looks like Courts of the Dawn. Yeah, Courts of... This is all the Essos stuff that we saw. Cults of the Gods, Faith of the Andals, Faith of the Sands. That looks like that's more for Dorne. Faith of the First Men, God of the Green. Ooh, Merlin Court. Yeah, let's go. Flames of Valeria. Ooh, whoa. There's more stuff. 14 Flames, that's common. Valerian. Faith of the Dragons. Looks like a combination of the Flames of the 14 and Flame of the... and Faith of the 7. Flames of the Winged Ones. Dragons foretold of many things, valued companions, greatest mounts to most of people. They're worshipped as gods. Okay, so this is if you... Ooh. From Tribe of the Mountains of the Moon. The Cenarian people of the tribes of Painted Mountains. Okay. We will worship the dragons. Ooh, Sons of the Harpy. Scions of the Lady Spears. Guys, it's happening. Heart of Smoke and Shadow. Azor High in the East. Human Sacrifice. Esotericism. Shadow Binding. Shadow Binding. Heart of Fire. Look into the Flames decision. Let's go. And normal lore. Healing Flames. That's important. Allow adherents to approach a priest for healing fires. Red God. That's Faith of 7 with the lore. Heart of Fire and Blade. Ooh. Guys, I am super hyped about. Ooh, Karth. House of the Undying. Can use Shade of the Evening. What does that mean? Slave Duchy buildings. Silver Sea. Oh, but since a long night, the Fisher Queen, the 100 gods have left the world. Oh. Orders of the Jade and Cinnamon. Oh, Jade Sea. Okay. God, they must have loved doing this. Pact of the Isle of Faces. Ah. Old gods of rivers and hills, rock and gold, field and grove. Whoa, hold on. They have a lot of old god stuff when it comes to Riverlands. Are they gonna do a Before Conquest? A Century of Blood? This is a lot of stuff done here, guys. This is a lot. Are they going to do a Century of Blood start date? Skull Shanty, Basilic's Isles, Songs in the High. Wow. Summer of Love, yep, Summer Love. Venerations of the God King of Ib. Way of Sea and Storm. Oop. Way of the Storm God. Okay, that's just Old Way, Iron Islands. Land of all... Whoa. Land of Always Winter. Hold on. While the others worship nature, gods of the heaven, others worship the cold gods, the long night once more. Movement speed affected by winter. Human sacrifice. Ever-growing armies. The armies of the others are the dead themselves, for whites need no rest, nor food, nor shelter, replenished by the enemy themselves. What force could they stand against such? Oh my gosh, they're gonna do the long night. It's gonna happen. They're gonna do it. Oh, wait, does that mean Clash of Kings? I don't know. Ah! Real quick. Ah, this is just supposed to be a dev diary. Ah, I'm looking at stuff so much. Okay. Braavos seed. Okay, cool. I just want to see what happens if you, oh shoot, hold on. I just want to see what happens if you do Many-Face God. Crazy Intrigue. He's a conniving puppet master, and he's authoritative and ambitious. Cynical man. No. Zealous. Vengeful. Other traits. Wait, are there new other traits? Let's find out. Can I be the first sort of Braavos type thing? Hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, we're good. Okay, same thing. Okay. No new crazy traits yet. Immortal? No. Seems normal to me. I think they said they added Bearded Priest, though. Yep, they did Bearded Priest right there. Sick. Okay, Torture. Okay, finalize. Cool. Now what is the... Yep. I don't want to choose my birthday. Okay. Iron Assassin. That's just normal. Make a new face. What is this? Choosing a new face. Any face will do. John. All of faces John. Valadorius. Oh, and I look like him. Oh, that's crazy. So you can just choose a new face. And you change who you look like. You change who you are. Become a lowborn. But you keep all your stuff. What? That's crazy. Was I 40 to begin with? I must have been. Huh. That's neat. Alright guys, that's what I wanted to show you guys. You can start your own bank. If I wanted to, I can go see if Robert would like to start his own bank. You can request a bank loan. He cannot. Would you create your own bank? Found the Bank of the Iron Throne. We need the banking innovation. It's weird because they don't really do culture stuff, do we? Culture head is me. Where would I find banking? Right here. Okay, and now we're focusing on banking, and it's going to take us about 36 years to develop banking. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That's the cool dev diary. Freaking, they added a whole bunch of religion. That's crazy. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.